The next section is now from Itzel II, and it is really an aside, a nonfiction anecdote from the time when I was working a lot with refugees who'd come to Calgary. And I was making a trip to Nicaragua through Mexico in the early 80s. In this other quiet house in Nicaragua, with the wild passion vines growing along its fences, its roof of simple thatch, however much we in the North might think it poor, still it will be obvious these sisters will be of a class whose food and shelter needs had always been met. People whose ample though basic house had once sheltered Guatemalan friends now exiled in Canada. The ones who made up most of the last small commando to which my leader, my subresponsable friend, now in Calgary, will belong. They're on a strange kind of R&R after they've been quemados, their covers blown, before getting new papers and going back to join the urban resistance in Guatemala in a new city under new names. While what I'll be doing will not be strictly political, but a simple favor, I will carry a message of survival, at least for 4 of the 5. Because all but one will have narrowly escaped when they were somehow fingered and had to move quickly to get away, and have all contact with the movement lost in the worst of the repression during the time of Rios Montt in the early 80s, then work their way north, walking for days or sitting on the roofs of train cars or tucked into the secret compartments of vehicles at border crossings, until finally crossing the Alberta border at Coots. Going right, or is it left just before the border with instructions everybody will know? Then calling me the next day so I can put in their petition for refugee status. So that there I'll be in Managua telling the story of mis 4 chavos to those sisters, when one of the women will ask, ¿Y la muchacha? And the girl? What about the girl? A question I'll have been waiting for, though it still won't be easy to just say, my hands spread out before me. She didn't make it, your Sandra. La capturaron. And we'll all know what that means. It will be another of the ironic asides people will make with little twisted smiles, saying that in Guatemala, unlike the rest of Central and South America, there are no political prisoners. Then giving a wink. In Guatemala, they didn't take prisoners. To be detenida is to die. So the woman will sigh and reach down a moment to rub her elephantiasis swollen legs before saying, "Y tan chele que era para estar en esto," while her sister next to her will nudge her and ask, "To be in what? To be in what?" And the first woman will answer, "La guerrilla, boba." With the guerrillas, silly, la guerrilla. As if this was something everyone would know, just as they would know in this tan to mahogany mestizo neighborhood exactly what you mean when you say tan chele que era. How white she was, because chele in Nicaragua and El Salvador, with its reversal of the syllables of leche, of milk, is slang for white, for güero. Because even if there's no color bar, and certainly a rich, obviously mestizo general or two, the other truth is that the closer you get to the features of Europe, the closer you will likely be to the top. So this girl will come from privilege, while the mestizo boys will not. And those chavos will all be mestizos. Ladinos, they say in Guatemala and Chiapas. From the city, not Maya from the countryside, who would, of course, occupy a rung far below theirs. Yet she, a young woman whose real name I will never know, like so many young women from Mexico's universities, will be en esto. And I'll find myself wondering if this one, like Itzel, the oldest of our niñas bien, if she too had ever had a car.